doesn't become the next president of the United States, I'm going to blame the Jews. I am. And I know you're saying, like, oh my God, Sarah, I can't believe you're saying this. Jews are the most liberal, scrappy, civil rights-y people there are. Yes, that's true. But you're forgetting a whole large group of Jews that are not that way, and they go by several aliases. Nana, Papa, Zadie, Bubby, plain old grandma and grandpa. These are the people who vote in Florida, and the Florida vote can make or break an election.
I love booby. One of my favorite words. Well, comedian Sarah Silverman was having a little fun with a very serious issue. Will senior citizens vote according to race? That's the question.
How often does race come up as a reason not to vote for Obama?
Basically, it doesn't, but the clues are an excuse. I'm not sure who he is. After 2 years of watching a campaign, and I tell them, what you're telling me is you're a bigot.
People don't just come out and say, I can't vote for a black candidate. Do they say that?
I've had one. Yeah, I stand on street corners with Obama signs, and we've had people pull up and say to our face, we will never vote for a black man for president.
By a show of hands, how many here have had someone say to them, I cannot vote for Obama because he's black?
Yeah.
Well, in almost everybody.
Yeah.
All right. That was from David Mattingly, a part of a piece that he did earlier. You see Mark Preston there. Okay, Mark, we have 10 days and 10 issues. Age, race, and religion are at the top of this list. You and I have been talking a lot about race in this, but also there's a generation gap here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, let's talk about two different subjects here. Let's talk about the generation gap first. Older voters would seem to look at John McCain and say he has the experience. He could really do the job on day one. This is something we're hearing a lot from John McCain, and they might look at Barack Obama and say, look, he's too young, and we don't think that he can do the job. So that is certainly an issue. The whole race issue is really a complicated subject to talk about. But one thing, Don, that I found extremely interesting, and this is from our pollster, Keating Holland had given a little guidance, said roughly the number of people who might vote against Obama because he is black will probably be washed away from the amount of people who will vote for Obama because he is black.
Very interesting, and it was surprising to me, you know, that Sarah Silverman did that because usually I think what history will show is that Jewish voters will most likely vote Democratic in elections, and I think there is something, I was reading something, Mark, about 75% of Jewish voters will likely vote for Barack Obama. So even among Jewish voters, is that a generational gap? Are they hearing the same things that other people are hearing about concerns about religion and those sorts of things? Is that coming into play for them?
Well, I mean, of course, the whole idea that Barack Obama is a Muslim and was schooled at a madrasa and, is secretly a Muslim and is not a Christian, I'm sure that's playing in the minds of some of these older voters. But I'll tell you what, Colin Powell, I think last week said it best when he was on Meet the Press and when he endorsed Barack Obama. And this is not an endorsement for Obama on my part, but he said, look, a lot of people say, is he Christian? And of course he's Christian, but that's not the right answer. The right answer is, does it really matter if he's Christian? And I think us as a nation probably really need to get over that. I think
what he said, issues that were not important to the Republican Party and to the American people is how he put it. But interestingly enough, that is still part of the campaign and part of the rhetoric that is out there. All right, Mark Preston, we appreciate it. Hey, Mark, real quickly, I want to go, Bill Clinton and Barack Obama campaigning.